16th of June.
Both of you?
No,
just you.
Me and
you
Gabriella.
Gabriella. On the same day, you got the exam on the same day?
No, me in the 16th, and Gabriella is on 17th.
Okay, the day after. Which school are you going to?
Now I don't remember because it's Granai. It's located in Granai.
Near the Granai. Okay, I got it. Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't know it personally, but I heard about it. Okay.
Yes, because for us it is comfortable because it's inside in the commercial center. So
yes, it's very convenient. So are you going to take it? They say that you're going to take the whole exam on the same day?
I think so, because there is one day.
Okay, good.
From the morning until 3 o'clock.
Okay, so it's everything in one day. Good.
When are we going to finish our lessons?
Actually, when you wish. So there's no problem, because we can go until you need it, until you want it. No problem. Because the lesson we can go on having more, having less.
The package we made.
The package is for 15 meetings.
Yes.
So I didn't have the account. No, I didn't. I don't know. I can go because I remember when we started, so it's very easy to get it. But that is the package, but then we can even adjust it, no problem.
I think it could be, for me, it could be useful to have some other lessons.
Yeah, but don't forget the exam they are continuing, because for example,
I don't feel prepared.
No, I don't feel too. I'm not prepared already for exam. Indeed, I'm a little bit worried about it, because there are 2 months left.
Yes, but what's the problem? I mean, even if you don't pass, I think I don't think that is the case, but just imagine that you don't pass for any kind of reason.
Yeah.
What is the problem in it? I mean, you have done it anyway. You got your certificate because you got a B1 at least.
Okay.
That is good, and you know how is it, and you know how to do what you have to do to improve for next time. I mean, it's just not like, not to see it as an exam, but a trial to get a certification. That's it. It's like for your driving license. I mean, you can fail once or two. It doesn't matter. There's no problem.
Twice.
You failed twice for,
yeah.
No, once. Just once. Okay, there's no problem. You have just to face it, relax. I wanted to share this with for Valentina, because these are the dates that are here at the British School in Ostia.
Okay.
For example, the first you see you got on the 19th of July and the 25th of September.
Yeah, 25th is better.
It's better. So you got all the time, you can relax and you can practice. So even the 25th of September, by July you have to enroll, but we got plenty of time to do. And they also do, you know, in June, but they are especially for school. But it's the same, I mean, and these are just the summer session, because then there will be the autumn session with probably, I think there will be November, some other exam, end of October, November. So they continuously are issuing a new exam. No problem at all. no problem. Just be
Endless.
very relaxed. Yes, be very
Endless.
Yes, I
relaxed
have a
and
very,
study.
very little vocabulary.
Yes, you have to improve. You have to do practice and practice and practice.
Yeah.
So now, of course, we are doing step by step, skill by skill.
Yeah.
Then when we're going to have the speaking exam, we have to improve a lot of our vocabulary. But all the exercise we're doing now, even if, for example, today we are doing some exercises to get a better writing, but they are not just necessary for writing, because once you get some vocabulary, you get it to speak, you get it to write, you get it to understand, and for the listening, for everything. So I think that this preparation is very well done because it's very balanced on amongst you know, all the various skills, listening and then writing and then even reading and everything. Okay, don't lose other time. Let's get into our book, and we are going to see the email now. So I received your email, by the way, for the email, I received your email, Valentina, but I didn't get it through yet. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I saw that you sent an email with the writing test. Okay, no problem. I will get it very soon. So before we get into this part, do you want to see something that you have done by yourself?
Which page?
This is page 38.
Okay.
Sorry, because probably I did a composition about convenience to sphere for
Yes.
podcast and not writing email. Maybe I.
No, this is new stuff. This is new stuff.
Okay.
No, this is the stuff you were supposed to do, but I didn't receive it. Yours, Ross. Did you send it?
You, yes, in WhatsApp. And I see that you read it.
Unfortunately, sometimes there are some days where I see the WhatsApp message and then I receive so many other messages,
so
and I'm losing it. Sorry, Ross.
In 7th April.
Oh yes.
I don't know. You see.
Yes, on the 7th. Yes, I have to download it. Okay, no problem.
I scanner. I
Yes.
scanned it.
Yes.
It's my.
No, it's quite clear. It's quite clear.
Clear.
Yes, it is. I can read it quite well. Okay, so I'm going to get into it later. And now we start to do the second part of the writing. Whilst in the first part, the essay, you were obliged to do this kind of writing, that is an essay. In part 2, you can choose. You can choose amongst some possible tasks that are an email, a letter, an article, a report, or review. So you can choose what to do. It's like, you know, they are giving you more tracks to work on them, and then you choose which one is the best for you. Okay, of course, the email could be easier in a sense because you are used to write emails, but nevertheless, you have to follow some rules even for the email. So today we are going to see how to write an email in the proper way for the exam. Usually the email that are asked to is for both a friend or a colleague. Okay, so actually the language has to be fairly informal, not completely formal, because especially if it's a friend, But even if it's a colleague, because it's on your same level, and sometimes you can use some informal language. But we have to understand very well what is formal and what is informal, because of course in English it's not like in Italian. So the difference between formal and informal is it could vary a lot. So then you are in this email, let's say email, you are asked to respond the situation that is described in the question. The length is always the same, 140, 190 words, and in which you must include all the information that you're asked for. So for this task, you have approximately 40 minutes. So if you can, when you have to do the exam task, try to take your time. So you can start to see if 40 minutes it's enough for you. You have to organize your text into paragraphs as usual, with the beginning, the center, and the ending. And you must use this appropriate style and tone, depending who is your text for. So first things to look at is to who you are sending the email, okay? Of course, they have to be correct, punctuation, spelling, and a good range of language. Now we are going to see in exercise 1, what of these sentences? So we have more or less 10 phrases. These 10 phrases, one is formal and one is informal. And we got to understand which one is which and why. Okay, so let's start with number 1. They say full form does not, and actually this is formal. Contracted forms doesn't, informal. So that means that when we use contracted words is for informal language, and we can do during an email. Whilst in the essay, usually you have not to do it, because you remember the essay usually is formal language and you can't use. So this exercise is very useful for any kind of writing you're starting to do it. Okay, let's do one by one and tell me which is your opinion. If it's formal, which one is formal or informal between A and B. Let's start. Ross.
Phrasal verbs put off. For my opinion, is informal. Put off and postpone is formal.
That's it. That's it. The phrasal verbs are usually considered as informal, whilst there are single words verb that are formal. Okay, so phrasal verbs are informal. Okay, 3.
Use of exclamation marks. I couldn't believe it. No exclamation marks. I could not believe it. The A is informal and B is formal.
Perfect. Yes, of course.
For me.
Yes, please.
Common words. Enough is informal. Sufficient is informal, because I don't use it.
No, actually it's the opposite. Because, yes, common words like enough is informal because you use a lot even in your speaking. Whilst the use of less common words like sufficient, and you know, all the words they are coming from the Latin word, usually they are used in formal language.
Informal or formal?
Formal.
And I said informal enough.
Yes. And oh, sorry. I understood the opposite.
Yes, because probably my pronunciation.
Okay, okay, no problem. So you're right. Sorry. So A.
Your pronunciation is very good, Rosanna.
No,
I would like to have your pronunciation.
no, because I didn't hear to the informal.
Okay, okay, that's my fault, my fault. Okay, so A, informal,
long words
informal.
frequently,
Now,
and B, short words often. A, informal, and B, formal.
no.
No, sorry,
A,
the contrary.
informal, yes.
Formal and B, informal.
That's it. That's it. Fine.
B, formal.
Yeah.
No, informal is often.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, all the words you're not using a lot when you speak.
I use this as a strategy.
Yes, that's it. That's a good strategy. Because, you know, all very complicated words or coming from an academic language, of course, they have to be formal. 6.
Active verb forms. I took. Passive verb forms. I was taken. This is a difficult answer. Active.
What do you use the most?
For I took.
That's it. So is
So
informal.
informal.
Yes.
And the other one is formal.
Yes. Good strategy.
Full forms of words, approximately, yes. Abbreviations, approx. Allora, formal, A is formal.
Yes.
And B is informal.
Very good, of course.
Textbook expression. A limited quantity.
Quantity, yes.
Quantity. Formal. And a bit is informal.
Yes, and they also say conversational expressions, so of course it is informal, yes.
Friendly personal tone. Please try to distance in personal tone. I would be advisable to. A is informal.
Yes.
And B is formal. But what's the meaning of it would be advisable to?
So first of all, you don't have the subject. The subject is impersonal. It would be, so sarebbe consigliabile fare, dire, eccetera. It would be advisable, from advice and suggest. Okay.
Okay, complete sentences. There was no sound. Incomplete sentences, not a sound. The first, there was no sound, is formal, and not a sound, informal.
So I think that by now you have clear in your view the difference between formal and informal language. But let's get some more going in the next page and decide which of these expressions are formal and which is informal, and which one is going at the beginning and which one is going at the end. So for example, don't forget to write soon is informal and goes usually at the end. Okay? And you do it one by one and you tell me if it's formal or informal and where does it go in the email. Okay, go, Vale.
Well, that's all for now. It's informal and at the end.
Good.
I can pass to yours sincerely. It's easier.
Naughty girl, naughty girl. No, and actually this is very useful because you can keep in your notes when you have to write an email. So you already have all the expressions. So you divide them in the beginning, in the end, formal, informal. You can have four, for example, if you have a page divided in 4 boxes and you put formal beginning, formal ending, informal beginning, informal endings, and you got everything, all the expressions. And then when you practice, you can have a look to your notes and write the best possible email. Okay, say that. It was
that. This is at the beginning. It was quick to get your mail.
Yes, of course.
For me, is informal.
Informal, yes, it is informal. It was great to get your email. I write to you because I know you directly. Okay, I'm not writing to a boss. I'm not writing to a director. It was great.
Yes,
you have to know a person.
I have received your letter dated June 5.
The 5th, yes.
The 5th. Formal at the beginning.
Formal at the beginning, yes.
Okay. Thanks very much for your letter. It seems at the end.
What at the end you are thinking?
No.
Beginning.
Probably the beginning.
Yes.
And thanks very much for your formal.
No, this is informal because I don't say I thank you a lot. I say thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Informal beginning.
This is just a quick note to say, for me it's formal and at the beginning.
It is at the beginning, but it's informal. This is just a quick note to say, like a post-it. So he is not in a proper formal form.
Okay.
Now it's my turn.
Yes, finally you got your sincerely.
At the end.
Yes.
And it's informal.
No, your sincerely is actually very formal. The best wishes is informal.
Okay, too.
At the end. This is formal, this is informal.
Formal is the best wish. No.
Formal is your sincerely.
Okay.
This is formal. Best wishes is informal, like for a friend. You say to a friend best wishes.
Okay.
Okay, Vale, dear.
Dear sir, madam, at the beginning, formal.
Good.
Lots of love is at the end.
Yes.
And informal.
Yes. This time is correct. Yes.
Dear Stefan, at the beginning it's formal.
Informal. When you call a person by name, it's always informal.
But because then there is I, Susanna, so
it's informal too.
That I, Susanna is more informal.
It's much more friendly, but it's the same is informal.
Informal, okay.
Yes, both they are informal. Dear Stefan or hi Susanna, they both go at the beginning and they are both informal.
I apologize for the delay in replying. It's at the beginning and it's formal.
Yes, sure. Good.
Give my love to everyone. At the end,
Yes.
informal.
Very good.
I look forward to hearing from you. It's informal and at the end.
No, this is a formal way. Formal. Yeah.
Formal.
Yes, I look forward to hearing from you. It's very common in commercial letters.
Okay. This is formal and
at the end.
Sorry to be so slow getting back to you. At the beginning.
Yes.
And informal.
Yes, good. Very good. Okay. Rosanna, you are such a friendly person that sometimes you get a confusion between formal and informal. That means that probably in your work you have a very good relationships with people.
No, because in our company we don't use the formal.
That's it. That's the reason why. Yeah.
It's everything is informal.
Yes, yes. Many companies now.
So maybe because the American company.
Yeah, American, they don't do this distinguish so neat between formal and informal. British, English, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now match the headings of this with group of expressions. So here we have other things to put in your notes because they are all group of expressions, 6 group of expressions. Each one is expressing a feeling. Let's say a feeling or anyway, yes, let's say a feeling. So for example, all the number 1 are expressing apologizing. Sorry about forgetting to tell you. Please forgive me for making that mistake. I would like to apologize for arriving so late. It was silly of me to suggest that. Okay, but now and then when you decided which group are they belonging to, you tell me which one is formal and which one is not. Or better, there's just one expression that is too formal for a friend. You have to tell me which one is.
I would like to apologize for arriving so late.
Yeah, this is actually too formal. It's not good for a friend. Okay? This is what you have to do. Okay, so number 2. Which group are they, Rosanna? Read them all and then decide what feeling are they expressing.
Can you give me, there's one that says too formal. Okay. Can you give me an idea when it will finish? It would be grateful if you could tell me the cost. I'd like to know if you have got a spare ticket.
Yes.
Could you let me know what time you'll be here?
Yes. So what are they expressing? All of them. We use for what?
Okay. Expressing I don't like to know if you have got a spirit. And requesting information.
Requesting information, yes. They are all expressions that we use for requesting information. Yes, very good. And now, which one of these four is too formal to use with a friend?
I would be grateful if you could tell me the cost.
Very good. Perfect. Yes.
My advice to you is to consider it most carefully.
Yes.
It'd be a good idea to try again. I really think you should go somewhere else. If you were you, I'd tell her now. If I were you, I'd tell her now. Allora. Advising.
Yes, they're all used to advise. Yes, they are for advising. Okay. And there's one that is too formal.
My advice to you is to consider it
Brava.
most
Very
carefully.
good. Very good. Yes, excellent. Okay. 4.
That reminds me, it's her birthday next week. By the way, what's his name? With reference to the accommodation, there are certain changes. Anyway, how is life in general?
Yes.
I go by exclusion.
Okay.
No expressing enthusiasm.
No.
No expressing surprise.
No.
So for me, it's changing the subject.
It's actually changing the subject because, for example, when you say we are talking about something, but that things that you are telling me now reminds me that it's birthday next week. So you're telling me something and I change the subject of that reminds me. Yeah. By the way, is the same. A proposito, ti dovevo dire quest'altra cosa. Okay, I'm changing the subject. Or with reference to the accommodation, that means that probably previously I was speaking about something different. And then I say full stop with reference to the accommodation and I change the subject. Anyway, okay, we were talking about something. Anyway means, okay, let's stop talking about this. How life's in general, okay? So I'm always changing the subject with these expressions, okay? Yes. And Ross, this one.
With the reference to the accommodation.
That's it. That's it. Perfect. Perfect. You got it. Now the last two are very similar.
Believe it or not, I've just won the lottery. Funnily enough, we were both at the same primary school. I was most surprised to discover that the prize has risen.
Right.
You'll never believe this, but she's his cousin.
Okay.
Expressing surprise.
Yes, they are all expressing surprise.
And the formal phrase is I was most surprised.
Perfect.
To discover
very
that the
good.
is present.
Yes, very good, very good.
And the last one is, it's a really exciting place to go with friends. Enthusiasm, expressing enthusiasm.
Yes, of course.
I think it's great that everyone will be there. I'm delighted to hear you won a prize. I'm extremely enthusiastic about learning Chinese.
Chinese,
sorry. Chinese is too formal.
Yes, it's the Chinese one that is formal. Very good, brave. So now you got some more notes to add to your booklet of all the sentences and all the expressions that are needed to write your email. Now we are going into next page, reading this text written by a first candidate to a pen friend. It is very well organized and there are no serious mistakes, but some expressions are too formal. Now let's, of course, here they are underlined. So the expressions that are formal, too formal for a pen friend, they are underlined. But what you have to do is substitute them with a less formal expression, even choosing by all the things that we have done up to now, all the other expressions that we have in the previous exercise. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Of course, this is, you have not to use the same. If you are thinking of using something different, you can do it, because it's not just limiting this exercise. If you want to use another expression that you think is less formal, do it, no problem. So
Okay.
you read the first paragraph and then you change it.
Dear Emma, I am writing to you in reply to your letter. I am very happy that you and your parents will stay in my country for a month. Dear Emma, thanks for your letter.
That's perfect. Thanks very much for your letter. Thanks for your letter. Anything you write, that's fine.
Okay. I believe it is a good idea that you will come to visit my city. I'm sure you will enjoy the holiday because it is an extremely interesting place to visit. I believe it's a good idea. It was it was great. For me, it was
great. It was great. It's okay. Or I'm delighted.
I'm delighted to.
Yes.
I'm delighted that you will come to visit my city.
Okay. And what about it is an extremely?
Sure, because it is.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah, it is really interesting.
Really?
It's a really interesting, it's very interesting. Anything
really
is not, it's an extremely, you know,
it's
much
really
more. Yeah,
okay.
Very British. Very good.
In my opinion, I suggest that you go and hear music in one of the main squares in the city center. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Moreover, there are a lot of cultural places to visit and history museums too.
Good.
It could be great to hear music in one of the main squares.
Yeah, so it could be great, or it would be a good idea. Yes, that's perfect. Okay, you got it.
It could be
great, or it could be nice. It could be a good idea. Or
nice.
It'd be. Instead, if it could, it'd be. It would be. It'd be.
It'd be okay.
Yes.
Just one moment.
She's telling off somebody. Are you
Because
telling off somebody?
my
Are you
husband,
saying bad words?
no. But they are my husband is showing as to do an exercise technology, and in kitchen after the lunch they are discussing it, but it's close to this
Yes.
in open space. I'm not so
concentrated. Yeah.
Hearing them that discussing about how to design.
Yeah.
Because my husband.
No, put him in the bathroom.
Yeah. He choose a time, the lunchtime
to explain it. Yeah, I know. This means to live with somebody else.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. Next.
I believe it would be better to come in the first part of the month, because that is when there are fewer tourists and fewer people visiting the monuments and the museums.
Yes.
Next. Okay.
It's formal because you know you're not doing a list like in a commercial letter. You say. You're changing here. You're changing subject.
Anyway.
Anyway, by the way.
By the way.
Well.
Yeah. Yes, well, okay.
Okay, anyway.
Because this next is just, you know, first point, second point, next point, and so on. Very formal.
Because we don't use often the way of changing the subject.
But we do a lot. We do without knowing that we are changing the subject.
Yes.
We do a lot. Yes. Okay.
To sum up, I will be pleased to receive another letter from you soon, Emma. To sum up, at the end.
Yes, well, we can say, just instead of sum up, well, that's all for now.
Well.
Instead of to sum up.
Okay. Oppure see you soon.
No, see you soon, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, because here you are just finishing.
For now.
So that's all for now.
For now.
That's all for now.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's all for now. And then instead of 7, I will be pleased to receive another letter from you soon.
I'm looking for
soon.
Yes, or don't forget to write soon.
Don't forget. Don't forget to write me soon. Emma.
And what about instead of yours sincerely, that is yours, Ross.
Best wishes.
Best wishes, yes, best wishes.
For me, it's not so natural. Yours sincerely, I can write yours sincerely like for informal.
No, it is formal actually, because probably you never had a real British friend.
Yeah.
Or even your British friend is very formal. That could be another option. Okay, now look at this email. You have received this email from your English speaking classmate, Sam. Here. Party plan.
Which
at the
page?
bottom. Yes, always the same page, just understanding instruction. And let's go back to the bottom here, and no back, down to the bottom here. Okay, from Sam, subject party plans. I'm pleased to say that all our classmates are able to come to the party we are organizing for the end of the course. There are just a few more things I'd like to ask you. Should we hire a band for the occasion? Shall we order some food from a local restaurant? How about making it a fancy dress party? Speak to you soon. All the best, Sam. Okay, so who has written to who?
Sam
Yes.
is writing to his class students.
No, classmates.
Ah, compagni.
Yes, classmates.
Compagni.
Okay. And what is the situation?
A meeting, an ending meeting.
A party at the end of the course. To organize a party at the end of the course. What question does the writer ask you?
If we need a band.
Okay.
And if we would like to order some food from a local restaurant.
Okay.
Fancy, I don't know what's the meaning of a fancy.
A fancy dress party is like, what do you say, Ross?
Fancy dress party. Fancy, not real, no, something.
Yeah, è come un ballo in maschera. That's it. Yes.
Ah, okay.
Fancy dress party. Ok. E questo è quello che voi dovete capire esattamente quando vi verrà dato il compito di esame, perché prendete un'email e dovete individuare subito chi è che la spedisce, chi la riceve, immediatamente di che si parla e quali domande sono implicite alle quali dovrete poi rispondere voi. Non ne dovete saltare mai neanche una. Qui non dovete solo rispondere a 2 e una no, perché viene considerato anche questo parte del
errore.
Esatto. 140-180 pagine. Allora, adesso andiamo a leggere questo testo che è stato fatto appunto di risposta ed è già un testo fatto. And we're going to answer the questions. Okay. Okay, so, dear Sam, I'm writing to answer your letter asking for my opinion on the end of course party preparations. First of all, I'd like to know how happy I am that everyone can come. We will be together and I'm sure we'll have a wonderful time. As far as food is concerned, I think it is better to ask everyone to bring some food so we can save some money. It would also be cheaper for us not to hire a band to play music at the party. We could sing on our own and have more fun. In addition, your idea about a fancy dress party is fantastic. We could also indicate the theme of the party so that we could all be dressed up in the same kinds of costume. I hope this has helped. I'm sure the party will be a great success. Looking forward to hearing from you. Very best wishes, Anika. Okay, so now is Anika text and try to answer these questions like you are the examiner now.
Is Anika text well organized into paragraphs? Yes, it is.
It is very well organized into various paragraphs. 2.
Does she answer all Sam questions? In which paragraphs?
It doesn't matter in which paragraphs. It's important that you see that they are there.
Sorry, Anika. Food, okay.
paragraph second.
The
food.
second, yes, it's a food. The she's asking about food. Band. So the band is in the third paragraph. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that's okay.
And the third is about the fancy dress party. The
Yes.
fourth paragraph, in addition,
Okay.
about is fantastic. Okay.
Okay, very good. Number 3.
Does she use the correct style and tone throughout? No,
Throughout.
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 Throughout, not at all.
You think she doesn't?
Yeah, because looking forward to hearing from you is too formal.
It's a bit too formal, but all the rest I think is a correct style and tone. Just this one. Yes, you're right.
Most of all, yes.
Yes, yes. In fact, you can do also question 4. How does she begin and end her email?
Okay, begin, dear Sam, it's okay.
Yes, because it's dear plus the first name,
yes.
that is okay.
Looking forward to hearing from you, not very much.
Not very much, but at the end, she put very best wishes.
Yes.
That is correct. Okay, good. 5.
What reason for writing does she give? I'm writing to answer your letter asking for my opinion.
Yes, that's it. So to reply.
Asking for my opinion at the end, of course, party. So she replied because in order to express her opinion about the preparation of
yes,
this
that's it.
party.
Perfect. Okay, 6.
How does she respond to the information Sam gives her? How does she respond? She doesn't agree with the idea of the band.
Yes, this is in detail, but generally is how does she respond to the information? That means all of them, same giver. Actually, she say that she's happy to hear that, and she say why. Then she say why. Okay, this is the complete.
That everyone can come.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Okay. 7.
How does she encourage Sam to write back? Looking forward to hearing from you.
Good. Perfect.
Which linking expressions does she use for ordering points?
Oh, this is very important. The linking expressions that
First
we have.
of all,
brava.
As far as.
Yes, perfect.
In addition.
That's it. Fantastic.
That's it.
Brava. Bravissima. 9.
What kinds of informal language does she use?
So, first of all, we got the use of the first name.
Yeah, first name.
Okay. Then we have.
Okay, so dear plus first name.
Yes, first name. Then we have what? We found many.
Contracted.
Yes, forms. Many contracted forms. Yes. Some conversational expressions like how happy am I? I am.
Fantastic.
Have more fun.
Contraction.
Yes. Then we have some exclamation marks. Yes.
Very good.
And then
And,
even, you know, the strong adjectives that usually are informal, all the strong adjectives like wonderful, fantastic, okay?
strong adjectives, contracted form, and
there's another one that probably you didn't even notice, that is a short sentence. That means a sentence that is not entirely written down, but just shortened. That is for this one, I hope this has helped. I hope this has helped.
Okay.
Okay. And this is very
Short
good.
sentence.
and best wish.
Of course. Okay, that means that next time you can try to do your own email.
Yeah.
Next time, let me write it everything. The 20th.
Yeah.
20.
I have to say ciao to you because I have an appointment at.
No problem, we finish it.
Sorry
Just
for
go
my...
and do page 42.
Ah, 42. Okay, 42.
Page 42.
Okay.
I don't tell you anything.
Okay.
But you will find all the information at page 42. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Even because time is gone. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Big
Thank
kiss.
you. Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Vale. Bye,
Bye.
Vale. Bye.
Bye.
Ok, so
Aspetta, non so come uscire. Ok.
se vuoi ti butto fuori io, ma è brutto,
Buttami
non lo faccio
fuori te.
mai.
No,
Butto fuori?
chiudo, aspetta, chiudi finestra, lascia
Ok, ce l'ha fatta. Brava. Ok, allora va bene, questa è l'email. Ok, eccola qua. Mi raccomando, segui tutto quanto e leggete anche le tips che ti mettono. Qui ti mette una serie di tip.
Che a volte non capisco, però a volte sì, a volte no.
Sì, perché loro danno anche per scontate alcune cose, ma a volte io non le faccio leggere sempre. Provateci però a leggere, se non la capisci mettila da parte perché non ti devono confondere le idee, esatto, deve essere perché lui dà per scontato che tu arrivi con il ragionamento, ma devo dire una cosa, questi esercizi non sono molto inclusivi, nel senso che se tu hai già fatto un certo tipo di pratica li capisci, altrimenti presentano proprio una difficoltà oggettiva nel capire come il linguaggio che sì, esatto, la struttura proprio, per cui non sono estremamente inclusivi rispetto magari a dei testi proprio che sono fatti per imparare. Questi diciamo che sono fatti per imparare, ma partono dal presupposto che tu la maggior parte delle cose già le sai, le devi solo rivedere e riassumere, no? Per questo farli da soli questi testi, perché questi sarebbero intesi per farli da soli. Però da soli in effetti, se non hai mai fatto questo tipo di esame, di esercizio, sono proprio un po' complessi da interpretare. Poi con la guida vai tranquilla, no? Allora ci si muove un po' alla volta. Però hanno questa caratteristica. Per cui, vabbè, l'importante è che tu vedi in questa email, vedi che ti viene data, che devi seguire le istruzioni, nel senso devi avere inizio, centrale e fine, nella forma giusta, chi è che lo riceve, chi è che la scrive, qui te lo dice, è un friend, English speaking friend, per cui non c'è problema, può essere informale, totalmente informale, però devi sempre suddividere in paragrafi, devi sempre fare l'apertura e la chiusura fatte bene e rispondere esattamente a quello che ti viene richiesto nel testo, per cui non devi tralasciare nulla. Vai e me la mandi.
Ok.
Adesso vado a vedere tutti gli altri che mi avete
già grazie. No, ma preferisci in Word, cioè preferisci sul PC?
Guarda, se tu me la fai in Word, io te la posso correggere molto meglio.
Sì, perché l'ho scritta un po'
Perché altrimenti io lì ti devo solo mettere dei segnettini e poi ne parliamo insieme. Invece se tu me la mandi in Word, io ti posso sia evidenziare le cose che eventualmente non sono corrette e tu
sì,
poi provi a ricorreggerle,
certo,
o
sì.
altrimenti ti posso mettere la correzione se ritengo che sia necessario. Mentre
Ok.
invece su un testo
No,
scritto a
peccato.
mano intervengo
No, questa è la prima.
relativamente, capito?
No,
No
no, hai
problem, va
ragione.
bene così.
La
Ok,
sera.
va bene.
Ok, ok.
Ci vediamo next time.
Yes.
Ok? Bye
Bye
bye,
bye. See
dear.
you.
Bye.